here.
Hello and welcome. This is Penny Sansevieri with Author Marketing Experts, and I wanted to show you a secret. I use the word secret, and I sort of laugh because it's actually a different side of the Amazon site for finding categories. So it is a little bit secret. I stumbled on it one day, and I wanted to make sure and share it with you. And what this is essentially it's a whole it'll open up a whole bunch of doors to find new places to list your book. And we all know that you want to list your book in appropriate but narrow categories. So let me show you how to get to this other side of Amazon, which is you click on the Kindle store and then just hit go. Now this drops you obviously into the Kindle store, but when you click on ebooks, you're going to see that categories emerge on the left-hand side. And if you start clicking around on those, they don't look the same as the categories of the link that I shared in a separate video up on our YouTube channel. So let me just hit refresh because it seems to be taking a little bit of time. All right, here we go. So now you are at the ebook side of Amazon, and as I said, these categories are going to look really different. So let's head on over to business and money, which is a super cluttered market to begin with, and kind of take a look at some of the things that pop up here. Now, 40 management and leadership, 44,000, huge numbers, obviously. But when you get into taxation, so if you have a book on, business accounting or whatever, 1,500 titles seems a little less. So what I think is happening is that people aren't necessarily going to this category and not using or not utilizing these categories to put their book in. Now, if you have an ebook on Amazon, you should absolutely be looking for these categories. And the categories for your book and your ebook will be the same, but if you find a narrow category doing this type of a search, you can go back to Amazon and have them change it up for you. So you can go to your Author Central account and ask them to switch your category. These categories, ironically, when you list your book on Amazon, aren't going to show up because they have these standard BISAC industry categories there. So you're going to have to do a little bit of digging to find these. And then, like I said, just send it over to them. So let's take a look at business, green business, right? And 721 titles, I think said. And by the way, just for those of you who aren't familiar on how to search, how to see how many titles. So if you see here 721, that means that there are only 721 competing titles under green business, which seems a little odd considering how big of a surge green business is. But when you look at this, you're going to see that they've had some flexibility with some of the books that have been listed there. So Get Big Fast, Do More Good is probably a title more about, giving back. So, you want to really kind of dig through and find the right, the exact right market for you, and hopefully in a category that's fairly narrow. Now, let's take a look at something here. So I clicked under Business Life. Etiquette only has 907 titles. Time Management, which is a huge category, has only 2,465. Surprisingly, mentoring and coaching 1,000. Now those might seem like staggering numbers, but when you think about how many books are out there that actually fit into the, let's say, under the time management umbrella, I think it's, I think that there's really an opportunity to potentially get some good bounds for your book. Women in Business, 683 books. Now there are no more subsets once you click on Women in Business. This is pretty much it, but still 683 other titles that I would consider on a site that has 4 million plus books on it. I consider 683 to be narrow. It would be nice if you could find something that was under 500 or under 100 would be amazing, but that may, depending on the market that you're in, that may be that may be a little bit tricky to do. But it, again, just to kind of reiterate this, so you're going to go up to the search bar, you're going to click Kindle Store, click Go. That now takes you to a whole different side of Amazon. You're going to click eBooks, and this now takes you to a subset of categories. You are allowed to have 2 major categories, and what I want you to do is I want you to find something that's narrow, appropriate to your market, but narrow within those 2 broad categories. So that is my tip of the week. This is Penny Sansevieri with Author Marketing Experts. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good luck. Bye-bye.